Hype me up.
Hype me up.
Yeah, get some spirits
It's a
up.
Friday. Everybody needs to get that energy going into the weekend. You might be feeling a little down. We're going to change that. Here at Oddball, we are changing stuff for you.
All right. Sure.
It's Friday.
That's a very
It's been a long-ass week.
It has been a long-ass week. But Charlotte, last night, Suns, Lakers victorious to get their first win of the season. At the game, there's a guy who had the Nike Air Max. These are the shoes inspired by Back to the Future 2.
So I didn't know they made real ones. I'd seen Back to the Future.
Okay.
I'd actually seen, yeah.
Oh, good God.
I feel like that would have been the breaking point. If you'd been like, if you've seen Back to the Future and I'd said
I would have
no.
stopped the show, literally, and we would have ran it on all the screens in here.
Okay, so didn't know that Nike had made a limited run in 2011, and these shoes are like $50,000.
Yes, these are some of the most expensive, rarest shoes ever.
And this guy's sitting there, and he had a helmet, sort of, and like a metallic. I don't really know what he had going on.
He was, Charlotte, let me help you out.
Yeah.
He was dressed like a douchebag.
Okay. They have sensors in them.
Yep.
It tells you when the battery runs out. They do self-tie. I don't know if anyone would actually wear them because they're so expensive.
Every movie about the future, we're getting narration exposition from all of our things, from our shoes to our jackets. It's telling us what's happening. You can't just get dry.
But you know what? That's what happens. With smart fridges and like smartphones, it's like
talk?
doors open, doors open.
Mine
like,
just beeps.
please, I mean, I don't have one.
Yeah, mine just beeps. It
I've just
goes.
heard of mine doesn't even beep. I have a dumb fridge, but I'm saying I think that's the point that we're at. I think our things are talking to us.
You know what? You're talking down to your fridge, and I don't like that. I don't like the energy there. I think we need to hype up your fridge.
Hype me up.
Hey, fridge, you keep things cold. You're awesome. That's how we play Hype Me Up. You know what? Let's play it right now.
Okay, that's fine.
Down in the dumps, feeling like the world doesn't remember you or give a damn about your feelings? Guess what? Tune your dial to the DraftKings Network to this segment right now. It's called Hype Me Up.
Hype me up.
And this is where we each have a series of people and entities on our sheet. We read them to each other, and the other person has to elicit good emotions and just give these people the arm around the shoulder they really need. Terry Cummings.
Terry Cummings. Now, you might wonder, folks at home, why I am hyping up a guy who played in the NBA for 18 seasons, starting in 1984. He was a two-time All-Star, two-time All-NBA. And the reason is because, Terry, your record was shattered last night. Damian Lillard, in his Bucks debut, scored 39 points, which is the most points by a Bucks player in their debut since you did it with 34 points in 1984. I know it might seem like a bad thing, but this is actually amazing. First of all, your record stood almost 40 years.
Yeah.
That's
older than Charlotte.
Almost twice as old as I am. Just kidding.
Wow.
It's not. So your name was said on an NBA broadcast last night. That probably hasn't happened for a while. We're talking about you today. You are back in the zeitgeist, baby, and there's nothing better. In today's attention economy, you're getting eyeballs, you're getting earballs. You're the man. Congrats, Terry. Also, sorry.
TC.
Are you ready?
Once a Nick, always a Nick.
That's what they say. I mean, would you please hype up Boston fans for their home opener against the Heat on Friday night?
That's how I have to start this?
Yeah.
I don't even get to warm up into that
No.
one? Okay, let's see. Hey,
This is fun for me.
guys, crack open a Sam Adams and a spoonful of clam chowder. We're about to have a ball here because guess what? The season has finally started. You got your new look team. Charlotte saw them in person the other night. You know, dragged victory out of the jaws of defeat against the Knicks. And here's the thing. Now you get to welcome them home with the team that beat you 3 out of 4 times in the conference finals, in the playoffs, the Miami Heat. But guess what? Jimmy Butler looks ridiculous, or he looked ridiculous on media day with that hair. I want everyone to come to the Garden with a picture of him and like your best emo pun or joke at his expense, because God knows you guys are witty and great at jokes that are totally within the lines and not offensive at all, but still scathing. Yay, Boston. Here's one for you.
Okay.
Charlotte.
Yes.
Billy Donovan, after being left out of a players-only meeting after the first game of the season. Good God.
I know it seems very bad that you walked into the locker room and your players were already having a meeting about how pissed they were about how much they lost to the Thunder, which also happens to be your old team. And they actually asked you to leave. But that's okay because it's game one. There are 81 more of these. And you are going to get your butt back in that locker room. You're going to round up your guys. You are going to say to them, gentlemen, I am here for you. I'm here to support you. And you're going to make them feel heard. And you know what? You're going to do that starting tonight against the Raptors. And you're going to win because you have a chance against the Raptors. And he's kept his job since 2020. That's pretty impressive in the NBA.
The dream of the 81-1 season still lives.
Starts now. Go get him, Bill. You need to hype up Joe Dumars, Executive Vice President and Head of Basketball Operations for the National Basketball Association.
Okay, all right. So this, obviously, the league made a big deal about this player participation policy, making sure you don't rest multiple stars in a game, and everything's 82, all 82, whatever.
Yeah.
And then last night in game 2 of the season, in the third night of national televised games where there was only 2 games on TV, the Suns sat Bradley Beal and Devin Booker due to injuries.
Soreness.
So, Joe, I know how this feels. Feels a little bit like egg on your face. Guess what, Joe? No. Because everyone, rather than saying this policy doesn't work, everyone's pointing at the Suns and saying, you guys have violated the law. Shout out to Judge Dredd, right? So this is what you do. I say you immediately and very publicly, loudly, launch an investigation into this. I want those team of doctors that you have in New York, wherever they are, to fly to Phoenix. They play tomorrow night, Saturday night. I'll be there versus the Utah Jazz. Before the game, I want to see people in white lab coats and stethoscopes, and I want them listening to knees and feet and everything. Well, you got soreness? Oh, you got soreness? Show me. And then I want them to write a scathing report, and I want you to come down with the hammer. I don't care if Bradley Beal's foot fell off. You come down with the hammer. You let Phoenix know, hey, we're not doing this anymore. Because why? This is an 82-game season. You got this, Joe. The security for the team plane for the Sixers after they stopped James Harden from going on this road trip after he reported
Okay.
back to his facility.
Gentlemen, first of all, great work. You did your job. Have you seen any of those memes, the AI memes, where the security guards are like holding Harden back?
But it's a fat Harden in it.
Yeah. Also, though, the best part is that he has his jersey on, as though he's just like suited up, ready to go get on the plane. That's how he travels. I don't know what Daryl Morey said to you guys. I don't know whether any part of you was like, I feel a little weird stopping James Harden from going to play basketball, but the edict came down. The Sixers thought that James had to work a little bit harder in the practice facility before he joined because of all of the mishigas that's been going on. So you just did your job. Okay.
All right.
Woo. Amin, your final hype up. Jimmy Butler says the Heat will play 98 games this season.
Jimmy, much like Charlotte Wilder, math may not be your strongest suit. And here's why. You're going to play 82 games. And then you say you're going to play 98 games, so that's 16 more games after the regular season. Charlotte, if you're playing exactly 16 games, it could mean several things.
What could it mean?
It could mean you lost in the conference finals, right?
Yes.
Because you had long series in the first 2 rounds. Or I guess Jimmy's saying they're going undefeated in the playoffs. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. There's no way to predict how many games you're going to play, even if you are going to win the title.
See, the thing is, that I saw this and I was like, cool, he's probably right. No part of me was like, the math doesn't math. I was like, I'm going to trust Jimmy's math on this because I for sure can't do it.
In my mind, I had Jimmy say, we're gonna play 98 games this season, and then just not doing the math right. But guess what, Jimmy? I support your vision because guess what? The Miami Heat, Charlotte, over the last 4 years, finals twice, Game 7 of an Eastern Conference Finals once, and then there was a first-round knockout. That was after the bubble, but we don't talk about that one. So you guys have been incredibly successful despite every year people saying the Heat aren't that good. And my thoughts are maybe, perhaps you guys can make another finals run. You got this.
Maybe